Ruler quilting is for everyone, whether you're a home domestic machine quilter or a long arm quilter on a frame or a sit down table. We can use ruler quilting to stitch beautiful crosshatch designs like this. I call this crosscurrent. It's similar to a crosshatch, but it isn't. Using the Stitchline 3-in-1 ruler quilting tool, we can stitch wavy designs like this semi-crosshatch. This is the Stitchline 3-in-1 tool. I love all the features that are going to help you become more proficient, confident in ruler quilting. So I stitch an anchoring wavy line from corner to corner, and then I'm stitching on either side. And I decided to do a 1/2 inch distance between those wavy lines. Again, using the reference lines on the ruler. I don't have to mark it. I can use the piecing, pseudo piecing, because this is a panel. If this was a real quilt, you would use the piecing to help guide that first anchoring line that's corner to corner. Once you get that first line in, then you just use the reference lines to continue to stitch whatever distance you want in between your wavy lines. And you just do them one at a time. I prefer to break thread, start over from the top. This makes me more consistent. You may prefer to stitch in the other direction, stitch backwards, but it can quickly get confusing doing it that way. I encourage you, if you're new, to first do it one line at a time, starting over. And then once you're comfortable with how to use the ruler, how to use the reference lines, then stitch in the ditch or along the border of the fabric panel to get to the next spot. It is doable, but it just takes practice. One of the unique features of the Stitchline tool is that it has multiple reference lines specific to needle stopping. What does that mean? Each time I need to make a continuous wavy line, I need to stop and continue the design because the ruler is just not long enough, right? So each time I'm stopping in the valley at a specific reference line so that I can continue the design. Let's take a look at that again. So I'm going to position the ruler first for the 1/2 inch distance using the reference lines on the ruler. I'm going to start at the top, bringing my bobbin thread up to the top and then stitching in place before I continue. Then I'm going to start stitching along the edge of the ruler and I'm going to stop in the second valley. Here's the valley and I'm stopping at a specific reference line that's duplicated at the previous valley. That allows me to continue the wavy design without interruption. Those needle stop reference lines are critical to continuing the design. This is a unique feature of the Stitchline ruler. One of my favorite features of the Stitchline tool is the channel. I'm going to use the channel to stitch along the perimeter of the panel. After I stitch the entire panel with wavy lines in one direction, I'm securing all the threads along the end. With those threads stitched down, I can now trim off all those long threads. Now I've started stitching the crosshatch, which are wavy lines perpendicular to the first set of wavy lines. Now, if I was doing a complete wavy crosshatch, I would do it across the entire panel. Instead, I'm just going to do a current or maybe 8 or 10 lines to create what looks like a river or current of waves going through the first set of waves. That's why I call it cross current. It's just another way to use wavy lines in a fun and modern quilting way. At least I think so. She's almost done. This was a fun way to learn how to use the Stitchline ruler and to create a beautiful design at the same time. Isn't she lovely? I love this design and it looks really good on this fabric panel. I'm Geraldine Wilkins, the Living Water Quilter. I help quilters go from frustration to fabulous with two techniques, free motion quilting and acrylic ruler quilting. And I am excited to share this new acrylic ruler with you. It is an essential ruler to help you master straight line quilting. That's not all it can do. It can do a whole lot more, and I'm going to show you.